Welcome back to a new video. In today's video, we're going to discuss equity release and all the costs involved with the product. So there are two types of equity release in the UK mortgage market. One is a lifetime mortgage and the other is a home reversion plan, and they're very different from each other. So a lifetime mortgage is the most popular type of equity release taken out in the UK, and it is exactly that. It's a mortgage, it's secured to your property, but it's a bit different to a traditional mortgage. There's no mandatory monthly mortgage payments, you don't need to worry about any repossession. There are quite a few safeguards in place with lifetime mortgages that differ to regular mortgages, especially if you go through a product that's approved by the Equity Release Council. Now at Boon Brokers, we're actually members of the Equity Release Council, and they're the only products that we recommend. They have to have those safeguards in place to ensure, as the consumer, that you're protected. Now with a lifetime mortgage, these safeguards include a no negative equity guarantee, so you cannot possibly ever owe more than the value of the property. There's no mandatory monthly mortgage payments either. You can make contributions, you can pay up to 10% often of the outstanding balance per annum, and you can service the interest per month if you want as well, but there's no mandatory monthly mortgage payments. If you decide that you don't want to make any monthly mortgage payments, the interest will just compound month on month and year on year, and that's clearly shown in the illustration. So there's total transparency with these products. And the best part of lifetime mortgages is now the interest rates are fixed for life. So you know exactly what that cost will be and how much that interest will compound by, month on month, year by year, because that interest rate is fixed. And there are a few other really critical safeguards to mention as well for those Equity Release Council approved products. One is that you have permanent rights to reside in your property until you pass away or move into long-term care. And if you have a partner, it's always based on the younger of the two, and both parties have to pass away or move into long-term care before the lifetime mortgage needs to be redeemed. You may also be able to port your lifetime mortgage from one property to another, which basically means transferring it. To do so, the loan to value needs to be suitable for the new property, and also the new property has to meet the existing lender's property criteria. But the one downside with lifetime mortgages is that the loan to values may well be restricted compared to traditional mortgages. With traditional mortgage products, you may be able to borrow up to 95% of the property value. With lifetime mortgages, it's often restricted to 50 or 55% of the property value. This can be a real problem for people, especially if they're looking to refinance a product that exceeds that loan to value bracket. But there may be other options to consider, so you should still definitely speak to a whole of market broker like Boon Brokers to discuss your options further. And the second type of equity release product offered in the UK is a home reversion plan. Now, home reversion plans are very different to lifetime mortgages. They're not mortgages. They're basically where a provider will purchase a portion of your property at a discounted rate compared to the market value. So, for example, if your property is worth 100,000 and they're looking to purchase 50% of it, rather than offering you the 50,000 that it'd be worth on the market, they might offer 20 or 25,000. So they're immediately making a profit. But then also, because they own a portion of your property, they'll benefit from capital appreciation. So if the property increases in value, they will benefit from that increase. It's not a very popular product in the UK at the moment, and there's only a handful of providers that still offer it. So what can you spend the capital raised from equity release on? With a normal traditional mortgage, there's often restrictions on what you can spend the money on. Lenders might allow you to use it for home improvements or debt consolidation or something like that that actually improves their financial situation. If you're doing debt consolidation, you're more likely to repay on your mortgage payments. If you do home improvements, you're technically increasing the value of their security. So both of those scenarios suit them. With a lifetime mortgage equity release product, as long as it's for legal purposes, you can raise the money for whatever you want. You could gift it to family members, you could use it for holidays, you could use it to buy a new car, whatever you like, as long as it's for legal means, you can do this with a lifetime mortgage. So how much does an equity release product cost? We'll start with home reversion because that's the easiest one. That cost occurs upfront. You're effectively losing a portion of your property for a discounted rate. So you kind of have that loss up front. So with a lifetime mortgage, the costs aren't quite as clear. Obviously, you've got the interest, which compounds monthly and annually. And you can see that on your illustration document because the interest rates are fixed for life. So they're very transparent. However, the costs will depend also on your actions. If you redeem the mortgage, if you pay it off, early repayment charges may well apply, and they can be quite hefty with a lifetime mortgage. You should discuss this with a broker, but it's not uncommon for early repayment charges to be 10 or 15% of the outstanding balance because the lender, they need to make a certain profit margin to make the product worth their while. And there may also be other costs to consider. Valuation fees may occur. They might be a couple of £100. Booking fees might be there as well, so between £1,000 and £2,000 on average. But quite a large cost for most people, if they use a broker, is a broker fee. The average equity release broker fee is between £1,000 and £2,000 currently in the UK. At Boon Brokers, we're very different to most brokers. We don't charge a penny to our clients. All brokers, they receive a commission when the provider completes on the transaction. And we're very happy with that commission, and we run our business remotely, so our costs are quite low, so we can afford to give fantastic 5-star advice without the need to charge additional fees to our clients. And that for us is a very key, unique selling point because we can offer a free service but not compromise on the quality of our advice. And another cost to consider is solicitor fees. Obviously, with a lifetime mortgage, like a normal mortgage, you need conveyancing to complete. The conveyancer will basically place the charge on your property from the lifetime mortgage lender, and that will update the land registry. These fees are normally between £1,000 and maybe £3,000 or £4,000, depending on the complexity of the case. So is equity release right for you? Equity release as a product is gaining a lot of popularity in the UK at the moment. Now, if you're over the age of 55, which you have to be to take out a lifetime mortgage or home reversion plan, and perhaps if you're struggling and you have low income and you want to raise equity from your property to fund your lifestyle or gift children for a deposit or perhaps home improvements, holidays, there can be many reasons why you may want to take an equity release product. Have a chat with one of our fee-free brokers here at Boon Brokers. We do equity release day in, day out, and because it doesn't cost you a penny, why not? We're whole of market, directly authorised. Give us a call and we'd be happy to help.